All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are, whenever you are watching. Getting ready to just make some things happen as I normally do. Figure I'd do a quick live, share with you guys what I've been working on. If you guys are looking on Facebook, you get to see a view of my screen. You'll see Privy. Privy is another tool that I'm getting to know, and it helps analyze on market stuff and investor activity, not just on market stuff, but in general. Let me show you. So we can look at some successful flips out here. That's what it does, is it shows us the successful data, and then we can find other stuff around there. Kind of reverse engineer by seeing the completed successful flips and then finding who did it, and boom, then you have, now you know you have a cash buyer for your deal. And then you can just find deals, whether they're off market or on market in that area, and you know they're buying. There's different ways to do it, but Privy is a great tool, something I plan to use in my business. I'm not doing this screen share to promote it at all. I'm actually just getting my day going, just looking at some deals. Let's see what they're doing over here. It was like as soon as I started my live, my Wi-Fi was like, nope. Okay, so it's going to show us, so we can pull it up and look. But we can decide what we want to look at, of course, by going to the filter. I want to see solds. last week or so, I've been spending a lot of time actually out in the field looking at properties, meeting with investor partners, meeting with agent partners. Over the weekend, I looked at quite a few open houses and was able to create some relationships with other people going after opportunities and realtors that work with investors, investor agents. So I should have quite a few opportunities this week that I'm analyzing and going after. A few from last week that I'm trying to tie some loose ends on. So things are good. I'm in the process of putting together an outline and a plan in order to seek a little bit of funding to get this thing off the ground. And so all of this is also coming together as well. So if you guys are interested in helping with that, that'd be amazing. And other than that, man, so we have like 3 properties that we've made offers on and negotiating with the sellers. Probably going to go ahead and get those, but there's a process. And then I'm going after new stuff every day, not just off the market, but going stuff on market. There's deals there, and I know that there's people in the business that are going after on the market stuff. It just comes down to numbers. And here's the thing: when I create relationships with realtors and agents and harness the ones that I already have over the years, remember, I'm not new coming into this. There's a lot of properties out there that just need work before they can even go to market, and so me coming in and having relationships with people that want these properties and learning what to do with these properties, getting some hard money and putting some work into it and getting it back on the market, or adding value and putting renters in it. That type of thing is ongoing. What I'll be doing. Onto the next doors is initially starting as a source of other investors to be able to get more deals. But when I see something that makes sense for us, I'm going to start buying as well. For the long term, as I've been saying for years, rental properties, short term, long term rentals is what I'd like to have. But I'm all about just doing deals at this point. Hope you guys had a good Father's Day, good weekend. Let me see what's going on over here with Privy. The Wi-Fi is just being stupid when I'm live. It's not letting me really work. Handcuffing me. Okay. So the blue is showing us activity. I'll show you what I mean. So it's set at 80% ARV. I have a new cash buyer that's doing a project right over here, a few actually, and they're always looking for more deals over here. The price points, it's nice. It's not it's like you can get them come in around 3, get them back on the market around 4. So the red are solds, okay? So this one's $3.99. It's still high. Let me look at the pictures. It looks like it might have already been flipped. If you guys are in the Sacramento region and you have a company that you guys are doing projects ongoing, 2, 3, 4, 5 a month, if you have a team and you're looking to build out your acquisition side, I'm looking to partner with an active, whatever you want to call it, flipper, investor that's doing a bunch of business that wants to fill somebody into the acquisition side to bring deals in, manage leads, maybe manage virtual assistants, manage that type of thing. I'd like to partner with somebody, as a role, and come work with you guys. So I'm just putting that out there. If you guys are watching this and you have that type of position available, I'm looking to get something like that started now, and I'm available. So hit me up. Of course, I'm working my own stuff, but that's coming into fruition. I mean, that hasn't happened yet, and I need to take care of obligations now. So if you guys are building stuff out and you need somebody to fill that role, I'm available. Let's talk. I know there's a few of you that I've met recently and that I'm working with that have discussed possibly doing something like that. So I'm just putting it out there that I would be interested in coming and working with somebody that you already have going, and you have that role to fill, whether it's a acquisitions manager, lead, whatever the title is, stuff that you're too busy with because you're busy managing your projects, that type of thing. There's a few of you that probably would get in conversations with about that. I'd like to do it locally. Long term, my partner in New York, um, once we're ready, that's ideally what we're going to do 6, 12, 18 months out. But immediately, yeah, I have a handful of deals that are going to probably get closed. But I'd like to be able to work closely with somebody that's active and be an asset, make things happen, and continue on. So just putting that out there into the world. Now, going after on market stuff, yeah, there's deals on the market. But here's the thing: when I create these relationships with people, with agents and brokers and their teams that have these, it's more about the other deals that they have, stuff that's not listed, sellers they're dealing with that have properties that need a lot of work. So, as an example, Saturday, Sunday, before I went and visited my father, I went out to the Pocket area and looked at this property on Outrigger, and I met the agent hosting the open house. He was not the listing agent. He was actually just a buyer's agent that was there to just for that, create more relationships with buyers. So it turned out, and we're talking, that he has a handful of properties that need a bunch of work. That we was pretty much waiting for somebody to come along that's looking for some fixers. So this week, we're going to take a look at those. And the idea behind that is to have as many relationships as possible with agents, brokers, mortgage, insurance, other channel partners, because that's what it is. You guys are channel partners, okay? We all service real estate. We all work with property owners, and we're all servicing the same industry, but we're non-compete, okay? I don't do what you do. Okay, I'm not interested in that's your percentage on the commission. I'm interested in the property and vice versa. Okay, and that's great. That's why it works out. Just like insurance people, you guys are doing your thing. Mortgage folks have to get the financing done, so we can all come together. Now, I'm not saying, hey, let's team up and go make a company. No, let's work together cohesively to get things done, right? And that's what it's all about. Next level shit. All right. Now, I am partnered with people, and I have my company formed. But when I create a new relationship with a realtor like that, and he knows that I'm looking to buy property, that I'm working with a lot of other investors that are buying property that we fix, that we flip, that we hold, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense for him to bring the address, give me a few days to look at it, and determine if we're gonna close on it or not. Because here's the thing: we buy that property, that realtor is gonna make a split. When we fix that property and put it back on the market, that realtor is going to get the listing, if not the referral. Whereas otherwise, the property just would have sat there, okay, vacant or with renters that weren't paying or whatever the case may be. Scenarios are all different. Now, am I over here, creating something out of nothing? No, this is stuff that's already happening. I'm coming in, putting my twist on it, and making things happen. So right now, looking at on-market stuff, especially with the shifts in the market. Now, what is that? Am I a real estate guru or no? I am a guru in what I do. So what I do every day is what I can talk about. I stay in my lane. And so what I see out here is what we all see, okay? The rates are up. And there's a trickle down effect from all of that. If you see here, as an example, most properties on the MLS, and that's where you can start looking because that's what's readily available, and before you start talking to off-market stuff. Um, Everything that's on the market is coming down. They're lowering the prices. Okay, a lot of sellers that have to sell are going to go ahead and keep lowering their prices until they sell. Some sellers that don't have to sell may back off the market, or they may let it go for, so there's opportunities to come in lower as a buyer. Um, and that's just with properties like normal sellers. That's not to mention, the whole distress side of things. There's a big opportunity in this turnover to be able to, not only acquire property, but through the fixes, through the flips, to be able to create revenue for ongoing. And so that's where we are with things. So let's look at this property over here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about here. Like I said, it's he has it at 595. I came in a lot lower. They started at like almost 7. One sold around the corner for cash in the same condition for about 5. A couple months ago, they just started renovations on it, and I can see all that data, and that all comes into playing factors when it comes to buying property. Okay. Um, just acquired a new financial partner, so I have the ability to close on stuff if I need to, or not just assign. Shout out Jerry. And so, yes, if I need to, and with on the market stuff, sometimes you have to close, but I can do a double close, and within 5 minutes, it's turned around and we're out of there. Or if it makes sense, we hold it, put renters in there after putting a little bit of money into it. But this price point's a little bit higher. So when I met the buyer's agent that was sitting in that open house on over the weekend, he mentioned a couple other properties that he has over in the North Sac area. Okay, where the price point's probably 3 to 4 still. We can get them on discount, low 2s, hopefully. Nope, not at all. Cold calling is just part of it. It's just the foundation. In reality, most deals right now are coming from just relationships and going after properties that I see in the field. So I mean, I do skip trace and I'll call. I'm gonna start integrating more cold calling. Like that's my foundation. I'm probably gonna start calling more, and I'm gonna have VAs that I'll scale out with, but I'll be more of an acquisitions role. Cold calling, not a problem. But a lot of the stuff that I'm working on right now came from or is coming from relationships that I'm working with from agents that have properties that need work, that type of thing, or just driving for dollars. Um, Eventually, will roll out more marketing, mail, different types of things like that. Appreciate the question. Buy houses. Not a lot of action right now. I'm actually just looking at different stuff. I'm looking at Privy and getting ready to make some calls. So appreciate you tuning in. Where are you out of? If you're on Facebook, you can see I was sharing the screen over on Facebook. Appreciate you tuning in, though, either way. Sometimes I'll have full-blown call sessions on here. Sometimes it's just kind of me doing my thing. I was getting ready to end this live, but I saw your question. So cold calling, I like it, but now I'm trying to optimize my time. I've created processes and systems. So when I get things rolling here in my company, I'm going to have some VAs and I will integrate more cold calling, back off more of a lead manager acquisitions and to put them into contract and then dispose. But I want to spend most of my time more working with relationships and getting working deals that way because I'm not going to spend most of my career wholesaling. Eventually, I'm going to start doing deals and start buying and holding and doing different types of creative strategies with that. But I am starting here, finding deals and putting deals together to generate as much revenue as possible. If you guys are buying, hit me up, shoot me your information. I would love to run some of my deals by you and know what you're buying more of too. Um, it's pretty cool, man. The last couple of weeks, we've put together a few offers on some deals, and I'm working direct with seller, and so it's not like it's being shopped around a lot. It's just figuring out the numbers. Went and looked at some properties this last weekend. Last week we walked through some properties with some of my cash buyers that are doing flips. Some cash buyers that are doing flips locally reached out to me. They saw what I was doing on social media. A few guys I know from the past that are like construction guys, they're looking for deals, and that's exactly what I want. People that are looking for projects here locally in the market, where I can go out and put these things together and either come in and get a finder's fee or put them into contract and then assign them. So it's a combination, but sitting here and cold calling for 6 or 8 hours a day, that's not going to be part of my business anymore. Last year and from 2016, that's been the services that I've provided. I've provided ISA services and cold calling services to retail realtors and agents and brokers, but I slowly transitioning to doing deals and doing my own stuff. Okay. Now, if you guys are still looking for cold callers or ISA services, I can refer that. But I personally don't offer that service myself to call as I'm building out my real estate investment company onto the next doors. Okay. So I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to put together deals. I'm looking to do things like that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. So this session, live session, I'm really just kind of going through some stuff you can't see on YouTube. I'm not really doing a screen share, but if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, if you guys are in the Sacramento region or California and you're looking to put together somebody on acquisitions, I am looking to work with somebody who's more, who actually is doing projects to come with you guys and do some acquisitions, maybe the next couple of months while I build my stuff out to help supplement my income. Just put that out into the universe. Hit me up. I'd like to get started on something like that, like now. Got to keep the lights on. But I do have like 3 deals that when they do close, we're looking at probably over $100,000 in assignment revenue. But that's just the foundation. I'm going to keep going. I'm planning on putting my company together and all of that. I'm in the process of putting an outline together to seek a little bit of operational funds. So if you guys are watching this and you'd be interested in putting together something like that with me, that'd be awesome. So that way I don't have to go do some acquisitions or work with somebody. I can continue putting this together on my own. But that's where I am. So full transparency, I like to put it out into the universe. Anyhow, how's everybody doing? Do I invest in inventions? What are you inventing? What are you inventing, rags to wisdom? Let's talk. Right now, mostly looking at property, because that's what I'm working with. But what do you have going? I'm definitely curious. If you guys are on Facebook, I'm answering some comments here on YouTube Live. Educational video games, car safety, and I would be interested in talking to you. And maybe point you in the right direction. Appreciate you tuning in, though. Where are you in the process of that? Have you been doing that for a while? Are you just going educational video games, car safety, and property? Interesting. Short answer, no. Long answer is I'm interested in learning more. Make sure you guys smash that button and the subscribe button and hit notifications on ongoing days and weeks. I will continue to document my real estate journey of starting to invest and birdie and fix and flip and work with other investors and people in the marketplace and just continue my journey and take the action in writing the journey in my process. I'm a firm believer in that, and manifesting what it is that I hope and continue to do. And so far, I've been able to do that. And so hopefully you guys have a fantastic Monday and continue on doing what you're doing. If I can help, hit me up. In the summary, there's all sorts of links of how you can get a hold of me. If you guys are in the business, there's a bunch of links of some of the tools that I use, and that's ways that you can help me too, by signing up for some of those tools and the affiliate accounts. Full transparency. So hit me up. Let's see if we can do some business.